Oh, what's up, guys? Okay, so this is Dragon Sky Normal. We will be bringing you a Dragon Sky Advanced tutorial here in a little bit. But as you see, I have 3 markers down. First marker is for purple over here. That will be the tanks. The second marker is for your healers and DPS. Doesn't matter if you're ranged or melee. You all need to be stacking extremely tight on this. They're a little spaced out. I'll get them back in formation. This is for your soul containers. Safest place to put them is all the way over here on this side. If you don't know what they are, we will, show you here in a second. Me and Darken will be the ones getting the soul containers. The reason for that is the 2 furthest people away from the boss are the ones that will pick up soul containers. We'll also demonstrate that, but I will be calling out the entire raid as it progresses. There is a state several times that the boss does an AoE attack. It's called Lightning Fury. You do want to be using Iron Will on this boss just because it is so much easier to get through the boss if you're using that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do a ready check, see if my guild is actually ready. Okay, we have 3 people AFK, but that is completely fine. We can do this without. So my tanks will pull on 2 seconds. It's just to ensure that they have aggro, as you saw there. It's just to make sure that my tanks do have aggro and no DPS can get pummeled by that. As you saw right there, there is that smash. Tanks just need to take that smash. There's really nothing you can do about it. So literally just, stand in it. If this is your first time clearing this, you may want to stick a healer directly on top of your tanks or in close proximity to where that healer is strictly the tank healer. Other than that, just keep watching. That's, it's a very common thing to see that. Just avoid it. As you see right there, tank has 10 stacks over here on the thing. So tank has 10 stacks. Here is where you're about to Iron Will. As soon as they get 10 stacks, you typically want to taunt off of them. Iron Will be going now. Several people missed it, and they're going to continue to miss it, but that's perfectly fine because this is normal, so you can get away with it. But in the advanced, it actually will cause an entire raid wipe if you do not Iron Will. So I do recommend making sure that you Iron Will. Okay, so here you go. You got circles. These are going to spawn some eyes. So 3 people died to that. There's no issue with that. But these eyes that spawn, as you see there, you just DPS them down. Just get them down as quick as you can and make sure that you don't have to get a debuff from them. Okay, so right here, this is where Darken and I will be bringing the soul container. As you see, they're both stacked right there. You want to avoid the orbs. There, you have plenty of time after you drop them to get away, so don't linger around. Alright, now right here, all my DPS and my healers should be coming over to the left. Okay, so Darken died. I need him up. Hopefully he will res here in a second. There he is. Alright, so as you see, everybody come to the tanks. It's a lot safer to bring all of your DPS and your healers to your tanks because it's the same thing you're going to have to do in advanced mode. Like I said, we will provide a advanced right after. Alright, so right after that phase is done, you want to make sure that you transfer everybody back over because again, the boss is going to follow with the dive. But after that first stage, it's literally just a rinse and repeat. So here you go. You have stack. Just make sure if you're one of the guys that are in the back, in normal, you can stack. In advanced, you cannot stack. So just be aware of that. But you do want to make sure you have both of those stacks directly over each other to where you don't have, people catching them by themselves. So you want to stack those as tight as possible. But you do want to stay really close to that green marker. And I missed my Iron Will right off the bat, but I still got it. So you can get knocked back one time as long as you Iron Will before. You won't get knocked all the way back there because the boss does do this, and it tends to one-shot people. So just make sure that you're not getting thrown too far back. As long as you get caught, as long as you catch your Iron Will at one point in time, you're fine. Alright, there you go. You got the eyes spawning again. Everybody moves out of the space of that. Alright, then you got to make sure that you're getting behind everybody else for those soul containers. And there you go. You got me and Darken with soul containers once more. As you see, we're going to bring them directly up against this side. And boom, soul containers went down. Move away. Alright, seeds. The seeds, you just need to literally just back them away. Make sure that you're not stacked. That's the biggest part about seeds, is just make sure that you are not stacked with the seeds. Double stacking a seed will definitely kill you, but other than that, you should be perfectly fine so long as your resistance is at a decent level. So these orbs, if you grab these orbs, it says I fill you with, or I'm filled with power, which you typically want your top 4, top 5 DPS grabbing the orbs, or at least those orbs, because they will buff and boost their damage. The black orbs are fine to grab. The white orbs are no-nos. The white orbs stun you, and in advanced they do a mass stun, so anybody near you also gets hit with it. And as you saw right there, one of our tanks actually got the sheer damage. If that happens in either advanced or in normal, you want that tank to automatically run that over to the group. As soon as they see that they have it, they need to get that to the group, because if they neglect to pull that on over to the group, it will kill the tank instantly. We do have 3 tanks, but you typically only want 2 tanks for this. You only need 2 tanks for this. As you saw right there, a majority of the group is on point with putting that Iron Will on. I will make sure that I am. There you go. So it's Void Ring that will go out right there. And we are like by far outgearing this. So as you saw right there, so I got that, which is going to cause massive. See, okay, so I got 2 people killed because I was too close to the group. You want to make sure that you are spaced out enough to where you do not get that, because you will get stuck. Like it will space those eyes out, and it will cause the explosions when they spawn to kill you. And it's a lot harder to avoid when they're not stacked. Whenever you stagger them, it's a lot harder to avoid. Alright, so the entire group should be coming back over to purple yet again. We are at 10%, so this boss will be dying, you know, extremely fast here in a second. But as you see, you've got those bright purple white orbs, and then you've got these dark orbs. So again, if you grab one of these dark orbs, it boosts you. It gives you just kind of whatever you are. It gives you an enhancement, so to say. I do recommend for Dragon Sky, whether you're doing Dragon Sky normal on current or you're doing Dragon Sky advanced current, I do recommend that you have at least 1 bard healer in the group, because bards are massively overpowered with AoE healing.
Sure.
Alright guys, and that would be Dragon Sky normal.